Let's talk about funnels. Oh my goodness. So I want to tell you a story to start this off. So I was sitting in my mastermind with my coaches earlier this week, and we all were going up at the front of the room in front of all the ladies. Now, I keep calling this room $1 million room because there were 20 of us and most of us paid $50,000 to be there. Okay, so you see the math. And I keep calling it $1 million room. It was so cool. Let me pause there. It was so cool to be in a room filled with other women who invested themselves and had big dreams on their impact for the world, and they love what they do, and they're just trying to be the best that they can be. That was unlike anything else. And I just want to tell you that if you're not investing in yourself and you're not in rooms, now you don't have to pay $50,000 to be in a room necessarily. It's going to depend on where you're at with your business. And so I regret not being in that space sooner. It was really cool. Anyway, so I go to the front of the room and we were talking about like our core belief, like what we believe our business has to offer. Like, what is our one message? And so my one message, I get up on stage and I say, my one message is that the best marketer wins. And I said, so many people and business owners are great at what they do, but they're not great at marketing what they do. And if you're not great at becoming findable, then your business dies because you cannot grow your business with no people. And so that is my message. I'm like, the best marketer wins, and marketing skills is what my business offers. And I forgot exactly how it transitioned to this, but ultimately my coaches in the whole room, they were like, marketing? Why are you talking about marketing? You do ads, like ads specifically, like be specific. And I'm like, well, I specifically teach on ads. Yes. I was like, but my core offer in my business and in the challenge, by the way, the challenge, if you have not been to the Find Your Leads challenge, you should register right now. There's another one coming up soon. You can go to ashleybrock.com/find your leads. There's a link below this podcast and YouTube video for the challenge, but it's 4 days. It's incredible. Anyway, so I get up there and I'm telling them about how in my challenge and in my program, my course, that it's all about marketing skills, that it's not just about ads, that we talk about SEO, which is search engine optimization. We talk about email sequencing and email flow, email marketing, text marketing. We talk about data and analyzing data, optimizing on data. We talk about local businesses and local ads. We talk about so many other things besides just ads. Now, ads are a big piece of the funnel. And when I say funnel, some of you are like, what is a funnel? So I do want to cover that real quick. So a funnel is kind of like taking someone on a date. So I want you to think about this. When you go on a first date with someone, it's unlikely that they're going to look at you after and say, will you marry me? Like, whoa, that's not what you say to someone you just met. And yet, some of you, when you launch an ad, you're on Instagram or on Facebook or on Google, you're like, buy today. I'm like, and your people that that want to buy from you are thinking the same thing. They're like, whoa, we just met you and you want me to buy from you? I get clients. I had this client once and her ads had been running for 2 days and spent like less than $50. And she's like, crickets, there's nobody here. Nobody's buying. And I was like, well, wait, they just heard about you. And it's easy for us to like remember it ourselves. Like, oh, they just met me. This might take a little bit of time or a little bit of reminding. And so a funnel is like taking someone on a date. The very first time someone finds you or discovers you, that's called the awareness phase of the funnel. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to draw a video. But just if you're listening, just imagine I'm drawing a funnel and at the very top it's wide and then it gets narrow at the bottom. The very top of the funnel is called awareness. And that's where people are just discovering who you are and what you have to offer. So just like on a first date, that's when you're like, hey, here's who I am and what I offer. You're like, hey, my name's Ashley. I love basketball. I love food and I love traveling. And I love, this is like Ashley, back high school Ashley. Because if you ask me today, I'm just going to say I love my kids and I love my family and marketing. Still love travel and food. But the whole point is at the beginning, when someone's just meeting you, it's the awareness phase. So that's where it's lighter. It's like, here's the big picture. Now, as they move down the funnel, the next phase is called the consideration phase of the funnel. And that is where they are considering working with you, but they're also considering other people too. So that's where they're doing research. So in the consideration phase of the funnel, like they're aware of you, but now they're trying to consider you. And so your job is to show them what is in it for them through you. What is in it for them through you? People say, Ashley, I can't invest in you right now for my program. And I say, you're not investing in me, period. you're investing in you through my program. You're investing in you and your brain and your marketing skills so that you can have something that you can take with you forever and ever and ever, so that you think not just like a business owner, but like a marketer as well. And that's really powerful. So in the consideration phase, that's when I show my testimonies of my clients, and I just share with them different stories about how learning marketing can really help them. So that's where it's a little bit more like, here's what you're going to get out of it. Here's what you're going to get out of it. And then the very bottom of the funnel is called the conversion phase of the funnel. Now that is when you're talking to someone who you know has watched your videos, you know they're listening to the podcast, you know they're going to the website, you know they're absorbing your content, they're in your world, they've been in your world, and now you have an offer for them to help them. And for those of you listening and watching right now, if you have hesitation sharing what you have to offer, then I want you to just pause this episode and pause this video and go write down the transformation and the results that you get to offer your clients. And I want you to look at those every freaking day and remind yourself what you get to offer someone. For me, I had 7 people yesterday share with me their results from their campaigns, and they were extremely positive. Like they're making money. They're making money on their marketing and on their ads. And so my belief in myself and my program is level 10. And it's not difficult, even remotely, to sell something. When you're sold, you have to be sold on what you're selling. And then that, you put some ads and some marketing behind that in a funnel where you take people on a date, you're unstoppable. You're on fire. And that's how I feel where I'm at right now, because I've been putting myself in situations where I'm getting testimonials, and I'm building belief, and I'm being challenged, I'm being encouraged. And that's what I want for you too. So your marketing funnel, awareness is at the top, consideration is in the middle, and conversion, that's when you ask for the sale. That's when you say, hey, it's time to enroll. Let's go. You're going to love this challenge, the Find Your Leads challenge, your program, your offer, your service, your product. That's when you say buy now. You don't just go out to the market and say, buy, sale. Like, we don't know you. Take us on a date. Remember this. I'll say it over and over again, maybe on every episode. If you talk to them about you, they will not listen. But if you talk to them about them, they will. Talk to your audience about them. So many people that invest in the Marketing Matters program or do the Find Your Leads challenge, do you know why they join? They're like, because this chick, Ashley, she's obsessed with my problem. She has spent her life's work in marketing helping people grow leads and become findable. That's probably why those of you that are working with me already are hearing this. And those of you that are considering it, you might, because you're like, dang, she is obsessed with this. She doesn't just dabble in marketing. Marketing is her jam. I want your people to see that radiate out of you. Like, she doesn't just have a boutique. Style has been her life and her mission and her passion, and she's great at it. That's what I want to radiate from your being. That's why if you believe in yourself and your business, when you launch this funnel, then you're talking to people based on their experience and exposure to you, and it works. It works like a well-oiled machine. Now, ads can be a part of this funnel. I have ads targeting people that have never been to my website or never followed me on Instagram. I have ads targeting people who are watching my videos, who are visiting my site, and who are following me on Instagram. Then I have other ads to people that have visited very specific pages or been around for quite a while. And I'm saying, hey, it's time. Now, I wouldn't be a good marketer, and I wouldn't be good at having a whole episode about funnels if I didn't have a funnel myself in my business. So I do have a funnel. So someone asked me yesterday, she said, what's your funnel? Will you tell us? Absolutely. So a funnel, I want you to think about a funnel, not only as taking it on a date, but just as a logical next step. For example, I had a plumber come over, and it took him 30 minutes to solve something, and it was $300. And he said, listen, now I fixed this pipe and it'll work, but there's a long-term issue at play. And if you want a long-term solution, I have that for you, and it's just going to cost more. And so we did it. And that it's the same thing for you. I didn't pay him $600 an hour to come fix something. I paid him more money for a long-term solution. Now, some of you are not in a place in your business where you can do the long-term solution yet. Some of you can't afford not to. Some of you have a very large business you want to scale. Your marketing, your messaging, and your funnel is very important. And it's important for you to think about it like a next step. Think about like walking into Starbucks. Starbucks says, hey, Ashley, we have a lot of options here. I could start with just a tall black coffee. I don't have to get a grande. I don't have to get a venti. And I definitely don't have to get food. Now, they have a solution. They could say, hey, this one cup is small and it'll keep you caffeinated for about 3 hours. Or you can get this one, you'll be more energized longer. And also when you get an eggs and cheddar protein box, if anybody wants to send me 500 of those for Christmas, I love you. um, but they don't have to give me food, but they have something that says, hey, I can actually make you happier longer with this solution. That's what your business does too. If I walked into a doctor's office and I said, hey, doc, I've got a headache, he wouldn't just, or he or she wouldn't just figure out my headache. Or they would figure out my headache. But if I told them, hey, now I am having this other issue down here, like on my knee, on my ankle, whatever it is, a doctor would not have someone coming into his office saying, I have this issue. And the doctor would be like, oh, I'm scared to help them. Are they going to be upset that I'm helping them? I do have a solution, but it's going to take physical therapy and some vitamins and regimens and, drinking more water. Like it's a whole process. It's going to be more work, but the result will be good. It's probably the same thing for you and your business. And I know it's true in mine. So when someone comes into my world and they say, I want more leads, I say, start with the Find Your Leads challenge. You'll get a ton of value. You'll love it. And then there's an optional, not required, next step if you would like to learn more, period. And I own that because I have a solution for them that I'm so confident can help them. And I want you to be that confident in your solution so that when you launch your funnel, it radiates. I was at an event 2 weeks ago where someone was talking to me and she has a staging business. And she said, I feel bad because my offer is kind of like materialistic. She's like, because I really just create beautiful environments so that realtors' homes can sell faster. She's like, it's kind of about money. And I want you to think about it. She might be having hesitation coming out with like sharing that. If someone was struggling with staging, she might I don't know, but she could feel a little reserved and maybe not go after it and say, wow, you have this opportunity, man, I can really help you. And here's what's in it for you. And I told her, I was like, your ability to help a realtor sell a home faster, although that does have to, money is exchanged. Who knows what that realtor is going through? Who knows what the commission on that sale could do for that realtor and their family? Who knows what the actual sale of the home can do for the family moving into it? I know for me, my husband and I lived in an apartment for almost 10 years, and having a home and space, we felt free as a bird. I felt like caged in the apartment, and it was such a gift to have space. So if you're held up on your offer and you're like, I can't launch a funnel because there's something in me that's like, I feel bad selling it, I want you to think about the real value that you offer so you can communicate that clearly in your funnel and in your messaging, because it's so much more than just a transaction. The last thing I wanted to share with you when it comes to like, what is a funnel, marketing funnels and how they work is, I know we've talked about ads, and you can have ads or even just organic posts that speak to people based on the different phase of the funnel. But that's something I want you to think about is, are you only talking to people that have never heard of you? Are you talking to people that are familiar with you? And are you asking people to buy? Because if you're scared to ask people if you're scared to have messaging and ads and emails and posts about the conversion phase of the funnel, then there's no point in doing all this work, because you're not going to actually guide them to a decision to convert with you through your marketing. So it's really important to make sure that you have messaging for all of these. And of course, the audience size for your awareness audience, it's always going to be bigger. The people that are really immersed in your world will be smaller. And actually, when it comes to ads, that's advantageous to you. Advantageous, get it? Because that audience size is smaller. And when an audience size is smaller, you can reach that audience more affordably. So for example, my remarketing ads, remarketing is reminding, those ads are in my conversion phase of my funnel. I spend $5, $15 a day on those, like it varies, super low budget, but it allows me to reach the people that are in my world and guide them to move forward with learning how to become findable and improving their marketing skills. So last thing, I swear, is your marketing funnel is so much more than ads, and email is actually a really important piece. Email is a way to nurture your audience. And when you look up the definition, let me do it again, definition of nurture, it says to care for and encourage the growth or development of. That is precisely why I write emails every day, to care for and encourage the growth and the development of the business owners on my email list. So I want you to think about how nurturing and caring for and encouraging the growth and what's good for the people on your audience and in your email list is really important. And so I send emails frequently to my list that add value, that encourage them, or that guide them to a decision that's good for them. And so I want you to think about your funnel. Email is at play. Like, for those of you that can see this video on YouTube, and for those of you listening, I'll explain it. But like the awareness phase of your funnel, like that could be an ad that is just talking about, some of the challenges that your audience, the people that want to buy from you, are struggling with. And so that can be an ad. And maybe you have like a free resource or a training or just like a first step that really helps them. I have a messaging guide, like a 10 mistakes to avoid in your messaging. You can get it at ashleybrock.com/messaging. Anyway, you may have a freebie. And so that awareness phase is the first thing that you offer. And so that's your freebie that you're getting people to download. And then as a result of that, you may send them a few emails. You may send them a confirmation email on day one. You may send them another free something, training, resource, helpful guide on day two. And although you don't have to send an email every day, at least weekly, nurture your audience, add value to them. I talked earlier about being obsessed with their problem. When people think and know that you are obsessed with their problem, they're going to be more drawn to that. Even if you're like, hey, I'm just a stylist, or I just have a local boutique. I want to know that you care so much about style and staying on top of the current trends and adding value to me, so that when it is time for me to shop, I'm thinking of you and your boutique, because most boutique owners don't do that. They only send an email when there's a sale. You have an opportunity to really think about your funnel and really think about your messaging and really think about where your people are in that funnel so that you can guide them and be an authority in the space. I want you to be known as the person that they go to for that, because there may be a ton of fitness coaches. There may be a ton of people creating Airbnbs. There may be a ton of people selling these products online, but you can stick out and add value because it's you. And you can go the extra mile. You can be the one that sends the email that just helps them. I've got an email scheduled out for Sunday. That's just some marketing tips, just a way for you to really benefit from taking one idea and flipping it. And I explain it in the email. But like, I'm just helping. The best way to help people is to help people. So go out there, build those funnels. I believe in you. Think about your audience. Think about the real value. And I can't wait to see you on the next episode. But also, if you have not joined the Find Your Leads Challenge, you can go to click the link below in the show notes or on this video, or go to ashleybrock.com/findyourleads, and let's help the right people find you. And funnels, funny enough, is one of the fun things that we will talk about on the challenge. So I can't wait to see you soon, or I'll see you on the next episode.